Hey guys, what's going on? Third Shirt Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
I'm James.
We're back here with Castlevania Season 4, Episode 2. Jamie, it's been a while. You started this Castlevania journey with me and Zach, and you edit them all now, so you know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
But quick recap, because it's been, it's been like probably a couple weeks for me. Last episode, the premiere, it was a few months after the finale of Season 3.
6 weeks, I think.
Yeah, 6 weeks. Okay. Sypha and Trevor are just going around the land, killing different factions of vampires trying to resurrect Dracula. Right?
Some asses.
Yeah. And Alucard, he is just, people are coming up to him because he's a vampire trying to kill him, and he keeps basically, towards the end at least, he was hanging up corpses to ward off people. And I remember at the very end, he was like, I'm becoming like Belmont. Because he's going to, there's this messenger that pulled up, and it had like a help us. So he's going to go to that village and provide aid, supposedly. And there were a couple new vampires I think they put into the mix. Like this guy with a Cockney accent. Let's see if I can find my notes here.
Cockney.
Yeah, so Varney and Ratko, they were kind of overlooking what Sypha and Trevor were doing. And it seems like they have some kind of plan, but they were never at the height of, like, they call him the king of something.
Right.
But I think they were just like the king of the worms. Like Dracula is like the king of kings. Oh, yeah. And then obviously the vampire sisters, they have like kind of the high court. And obviously we know Hector is still with, what's her name? Lenore, okay. So, he's with Lenore, and Zach and I were, I don't know how you felt about that. Zach and I were talking about, obviously it's a terrible deal for him. But it was a much better deal than I think he could have got or would have gotten.
It's the best case scenario in his situation, I think. I mean, he gets this...
Because he's basically the equivalent of, like, he's like, he is above everyone in the castle except them. He's enslaved to do her work, but he gets to have sex with her. Yeah, he's not going to get killed.
Babe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be killed. But, the thing is like, I don't know how he feels yet about the cause. I imagine he was for Dracula's cause, even though Dracula's lying to him.
Yeah. I think he could build a pretty good life out of that situation, personally.
Yeah.
But, that's just me.
I mean, but he's enslaved, but he was going to be enslaved anyways or killed. Now he's like in a better situation.
At first it was really bad. Yeah, at first it was really bad. So this is a good improvement for him.
No, I agree. Anyways, guys, that was the premiere. We had some really cool fights. I'm glad that you're here. We need to get everyone here together. It's so hard to do. We'll do one or two with you, and then it'll probably be me and Zach back into the fold, guys. So make sure you say hey to Jamie, tell him thanks for editing, and we're just glad to have him back. And also, we reacted to Star Wars 4, 5, and Episode 1. We're doing the machete cut. So those are going to start coming up as we edit them. So anyways, guys, we appreciate you. Let's jump in. So now he's free to walk around with clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
The way they animated him walk up the steps was pretty bad just now.
It was awkward. Those castles had to be cold as fuck, though.
No, they were cold, and they weren't insulated well, and they were heated very poorly.
Yeah, that's terrible.
So, pretty good deal right now.
Yeah. It could be a hell of a lot worse. He could still be in the jail cell. Dude, what's the way here?
So this character, I only played Sympathy of the Night, and you play as Alucard, I'm pretty sure. But like this has a kind of different story than the games,
And tell Varney there is definitely evidence of a transmission mirror in the possession of the court at Targabishta. I'm working to track down more information.
So he's assisting Varney and Ratko.
Or I'll tell her what you've been doing with her shoes.
Her shoes.
Yeah.
Jacking off her shoes.
Foot finish, sniffing. Just put another piece in there.
So are these some kind of magical trinkets that entrap? I don't know, like a devil trap, like a supernatural?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same.
Carmilla is drawing maps. It seems the time when diplomacy was required for anything has passed.
So you're bored.
Guys have entered a new phase. Diplomacy and negotiations. These are things of the past now.
Which makes you a thing of the past, and that is bothering you.
Look, idea that the best way to end war is to kill most of the people and cage the rest.
Well, you are a diplomat.
So she truly believes that's
The Forge Master works through an instrument.
That may be the worst justification for a man holding his penis that I've ever heard.
Oh my god.
And I am 200 years old.
Look, I am a Forge Master. I need the bloody hammer. Is that better?
So use a bloody hammer. There must be 1,000 bloody hammers around here.
No, it's got to be special.
Your special hammer.
Would you stop?
So when you blow it, nothing comes out?
Good God, woman.
I'm bored and it's fun to horrify you. Indulge me. And think of something. Make it work faster. If Carmela loses her temper, I won't be able to stand in front of you for long.
You stand in front of me?
I've been doing it for weeks.
They have somewhat of an actual relationship now.
Yeah, it feels that way.
But it needs to be perfect, or nothing will come out of the end.
Ugh, you're disgusting.
It feels like they have one of those good relationships you see where people they love each other to death, but they kind of annoy each other too.
Yeah.
That puppy thing for being placid and stupid. He can kill.
He tried. Once. It was half-hearted at best.
I didn't see a lot of it in the end. But I'm sure it was full of interesting and wonderful things.
I'm compelled to point out that you already have a nice castle. Why would you want his? You could just make new things.
Why would I waste my time when I can just take whatever I want and then kill whoever had them? Look at my map. The land from here to Brela, ruled by stupid old men, devastated by one single stupid old man. There for the taking.
And will you be happy? Answer my question first. Will you be happy when you have all this?
What I found was him and his people just fucking it up. And I saw right there that I could take the world away from him and have it for myself.
It's dramatic.
I don't know. I don't know if I even care. But I will have everything that they had, and they will all be dead. I will.
Must have done it.
I think he finished his hammer.
So Lenore was right.
Well, this won't be terrible for one night.
Look, it's even got an attractive window. I can hear something up in the rafters.
Shit.
It was 10 feet tall!
Mediate!
So what? 8 feet tall isn't just...
I just love that classic, like they're bantering as they fight.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want me to set fire to things?
Yeah, set fire to things.
Jesus.
Oh.
You know who these people are.
And they're coming to fucking help them and they're losing their lives and shit. Nice.
What the fuck, really?
Jesus.
It wasn't for you. The trap was for us.
I'm Trevor Belmont. This is Cypher Bernardes.
Zamfir, head guard to the underground court of Targovishta. The what? The ruling family. I run the resistance against the devils. Hell itself has attempted to curse our golden city.
That's cool.
There's a nest of vampires in the city who wish it. They are trying to find the underground court to ransack its many magical treasures for their cause. Help us save Targovishta.
Gladly.
But not yet. I cannot take you to the court until I am certain I can trust you.
I think that's obviously wise.
Right. Put him through a little test.
Well, she was interesting.
You mean a little crazy?
The dialogue is so good in this show.
It is so great.
Oh, I know you're not robbing the dead.
Absolutely not.
What's so wrong about robbing the dead? I mean, they're dead.
Dishonor, Jamie.
We never do that.
Okay, so Zamfir, new character. Mm-hmm. She's in charge of the underground resistance of Torgvista.
Torgvista. Yep.
Yeah, and there is a movement there of vampire killing. They have obviously like a treasury of great magical artifacts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But you mentioned grave robbing. What's wrong with that? So I kind of inherently think there's nothing. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to affect them, but I think if you have any kind of maybe honor, maybe...
It depends the situation, I think, obviously. For one, they're not in the ground yet, so it's not technically grave robbing. They just died. They're right there. If you're in a situation where you need resources...
Yeah, and you're a combatant, you're a warrior, and
right.
They're warriors that die next to you, you're going to, you know...
It'd be moronic not to see what they had.
I think in his situation, I would too.
Yeah, now if you're going to fucking Mound Cemetery in Marietta to try to gain artifacts, yeah, that's terrible. That's grave robbing, and that's horrible.
Well, what about people, like, when you're cremated, like, I hear that they always steal your rings and shit, they always steal all that shit.
Well, I don't know if that's true. I know somebody that does that, and I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Hopefully the family would take all that shit off of you before they cremate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I imagine if somebody leaves a ring on somebody's body and they're not smart enough to get it off and they cremate
maybe they want, like, that person to be burnt with it. They want, when they get their ashes, they want it all to be together. Like the essence of their jewelry, their whatever, clothes they wear.
Yeah, and I don't know how hot it is. I don't know if it's hot enough that it, like,
incinerates a ton of shit.
Gold and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, gold's pretty soft, right?
Yeah, gold, I think. It's not always pure gold, but I think gold would be burnt, but I don't think, obviously, like a diamond, you know what I mean?
Shit wouldn't be, yeah. But no, I think grave robbing's bad in most cases, but if it's about survival,
okay,
yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Okay, I think Hector and Lenore have a legitimate relationship, and I think she cares about him. I mean, she wants to do the will of her sisters, and that's why she set this whole thing up, and now she's realizing that, at least in Carmela's case.
Right. Well, and it seems like maybe some foreshadowing. She might be put in this situation where she has to decide between Carmela and Hector.
I feel like she can't. I feel like it's just. She talked about them having an unbreakable bond. I mean, I think I need to see Carmela really do things that are so against what Lenore believes for her to consider that.
Yeah, it's possible.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, she fundamentally seems like she's disagreeing with her now, but I don't think it's far enough.
She's definitely thinking. The wheels are turning.
Yeah. I think we found out kind of a little bit about Forge Masters. I mean, I know Isaac used a knife and Hector used a hammer, but I didn't understand, like, the way he explained it. It's like an instrument that it flows out of them.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Right, yeah.
And just like their dirty vernacular, you know, when they talk, I thought that was pretty cool.
Back and forth. And that's why I kind of said, felt like they're kind of, have a real relationship now where they kind of annoy each other, but they enjoy each other. There's a lot of relationships I know that are good relationships. They're always slightly annoyed with each other, but they passionately love each other.
No, I agree. I think that's why it worked really well dialogue-wise. And, I mean, Sypha and Trevor, that dialogue always works well. And I love the fights. The only complaint I have with the fights is the frame rate is really low. Like, they skip around.
Yeah.
It's not as smooth as, like, some Japanese anime I've watched.
Right.
Which is, like, it's like feels like it's 60 frames per second.
And I know
That's
Zach's
like-
picked up on that as well, and it's something I've definitely noticed. But the dialogue's so good,
Yeah.
the overall art style's so good that it's a
Yeah.
minor complaint. Camilla kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Black Widow. You ever heard that phrase before used with women?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she is very vengeful.
You know, her younger life, she did explain that she was with some shitty old man.
Right.
And then she was with some
She did say
shitty old
that.
vampire.
Yeah, she did say that.
And then she killed that vampire.
Right, but what's like what's shitty? Like, she didn't get into what's shitty, right? Like, was he just annoying as fuck and she didn't like him, or was he abusive, or was he?
No, you're right. I think those details are
Yeah.
important. I think they're shitty enough for her to want to do this now, unless she's got a very low tolerance. You
She
know,
may, but she's very vengeful. She wants to take over the whole world now.
she does.
And
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
And I think Lenore might be, like you said, one of the people standing in her way.
Yeah,
Which is interesting. We didn't get Isaac in this episode, and that's fine. And we didn't. Did we get Alucard?
No, we did not get Alucard in this episode at all.
No, we didn't get Alucard. I mean, he's
No.
still doing his thing. We didn't see because he had to go off and save those people because that guy who, the guy who rode in on the horse, he had that note, but we didn't see his storyline. So probably next episode. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching a reaction. If you like us, you want to support us, you can. All you gotta do is go to Patreon. You can see the next 2 weeks now. You can also see the full length of everything that we do. Make sure you say hi to Jamie. He also edits all of these, so tell him you appreciate it. And hopefully you can jump in some more of these here soon. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. We're out of here.